Just saying, let's start afresh. Anonymous, how are you? Are you well?
Hi guys, how are you?
Fantastic, we can hear you. We are great, thanks, and yourself. Talk to us.
Okay. This is my story. Nginomuntu engizwana naye, nginabantwana naye. So sibe ne problem isikhathi masiloko siya. Ngifinde out ngo-2015 ukuthi la sebenza khona unomuntu azwana naye and eba nomntwana nalowo muntu loyo. So ukuthi nami ngize ngifinde out ngifinde indaba yabantwana because of kaloku athatha abantwana ahamba nabo aya naye eSoweto nomntana wale ntombazana and then bafike babadrobhe khona la eSoweto la bebaye khona kumamncane wabo and then bona bazihambele la bavela khona umntana wabo mama yazona wesilini phela ubaba uyathetha nomama kabanibani ku-WhatsApp. Hayi ngingayinaki mina leyo nto leyo. Isikhathi masiloko siya lo munye womfana makabuya ngelindanga uthi phela mama umamkhulu banibani uthi ubaba phela sekazitholele umamncane. Yabo? Hayi ngingayinaki ngithi wayasho kanjalo then idlule khona lapho. Then sengisala ngiyazibuza ngithi mara wayela abantwana baloko bakhuluma izinto eziso. Nini bayabuya futhi abantwana ikolomo zivalile ngoba bekana ngobathatha sometimes makubuya ama-holidays, i-school holidays kanjalo ahambe nabo and then umntwana uyabuya ngelilanga hawu phela mama kabandano isisi sakhe esikhulu singaka hawu when ngingafind out ukuthi phela lana sekumoshekile la then ngiyambuza ubaba-ke ngila ngithi manje ngoba mina ngizwa izinto eziso manje kwenzakalani vele uyabo then sihlale phansi sikhulume athi no yes nginayo umuntu engibana naye emsebenzini sisebenza sonke but bekuyinto i-one day nje mina naye lesingazwani kahle nje kube yilelo langa lelo sihambile mina naye nabangani bakhe siye ephathini somewhere then sa-end up avele njalo sekwenzakala whatever lekenzakele yabo then ngoba lento beyiloko ingidla so ngiloko ngiyambuza each and every time because of ngiyabona kwesinye isikhathi akasadle la endlini even nasembhedeni akusakwenzakali lutho uyazi noma ngithi ngiyambamba umuntu athathe isandla leso silahlelelena ngimbuza athi no phela mina ngisenawo ama-feelings and ngaleso sikhathi nami ngi-pregnant you-understand ngithi ma ngimbuza athi kimi angisenawo ama-feelings hawu awusenayo ama-feelings kanjani then athi anginawo manje mina ngenzeni so manje ngoba unawo ama-feelings senze kanjani because of phela nana siyi-two and then wena unomuntu ozwana naye uthi mina ngiye kuphi manje ngoba wena uthi awuna ama-feelings yabo so by that time ngingathatha ukuthi mhlambe maybe it's because of ngikhulelwe mhlambe izinto ezifana nalezo ngithatha izinto ngiyilele ngelinye ilanga ngibhizi ngiyaklina endlini uma ngiklina ngihlangana nale bhegi ngaphasi kombhedo hawu le bhegi iyasinda kangaka yini yasinda ngithathe le bhegi ngiyivule uma ngiyivula ngihlangana ukuthi kunemithi lapha ngaphakathi nenye container amanye ama-container ayi-two so ngiyavuza ngithi amaphilisi lana awani ngithathe amaphilisi lanka ngiwabheke ngiyawafunda but angi-understand ukuthi amaphilisi wani ngoba abhale immune ngaphandle so ngithathi ilontuzana ifoni ngigugule uma ngingena kugugule ethi phela lezi ama-ARVs hawu ama-ARVs akabani manje ama-ARVs ngahlala 2 weeks ngingambuzi lutho then after 2 weeks sengiyambuza-ke hawu ndoda kanti uphuza ama-ARVs uqale nini uphuza wathi no ngiqale nini ngithe uma ngiyeklinikhi ngafike ngathesta eklinikhi bathi no uma ngibuyela ngithi ngiyobheka ama-results wami bathi ifayile yami ilahlekile hawu ilahlekile bathi uthestile futhi na athi no angithestanga banginikeze wona la maphilisi bathi ngiphuze bakunikeza amaphilisi ukuthi uphuze but awuguli mara kunikeza amaphilisi okay idluleke leyo mina ngihambe ngesibhedlela ngiyotheka esibhedlela bafike bathi no anginani ngibuza sister is it possible ukuthi umuntu aphuze ama-ARVs but angaguli na sister athi ayikhonakali yonto leyo ngabo sidlule kuye siyaqabana nalo muntu endlini siyaqabana ngelinye ilanga ngifuna ukuphantha amavili emoto ngiyaremember kimi ngathi kimi ngoba ngizwana nalo muntu lo nginomuntu yakhula ngelinye ilanga siyahamba siya kumalume wakhe sifike umalume wakhe sifike sihlale phansi usho the same thing athi mina ngize ngimyekele lo muntu uyabona so ngiyazibuza ukuthi manje kuzokwenzakalani because of yazini mina iyangistressa and sengigcine ngaba
Anonymous?
Yes.
Can I please interrupt you there for a second there? I think let's recap so that the rest of the country can hear exactly and understand what's going on, because asikhuluma isiZulu sonke ngithi we don't all speak the Zulu language.
Yes.
So Miss, if you can please help us recap, and then when we come back to you, we would like to come back to the main problem. What is the main problem and how the gents can assist you?
All right. Anonymous has been in a relationship for a couple of years with this gentleman, and they've been living together. and she just found out that this gentleman is seeing someone else that he works with, and he found that out from the kids, because they've got a child together with the gentleman, and then the gentleman will take the child away maybe on weekends and to visit Mamncane, and then they would also, the kids would be exposed to this new person,
this new kid.
Eh?
The new kid on the block.
Yes. And then the kids would be left with the Mamncane, and then at some point the kids started hinting to Mama, there's something that's not making sense. It seems like Daddy has got a Mamncane, and she ignored that. She's like, kids can be kids, and they must be reading too much into things. And then it led to the kids coming back again and say, Mama, Mamncane looks like she's expecting or she's pregnant. And she was like, what? No. Then she confronted the boyfriend and about the situation. The boyfriend admitted that he's seeing someone at work, but it wasn't serious. It was just like some sort of a fling or a one-night stand, and it wasn't that serious. And then at some point, she was cleaning the house, and she also found tablets, and then she Googled and she realized those are ARVs, and then confronted him about it 2 weeks later. And then the gentleman said, yeah, I went to test, and they said they didn't give me results. They said I must come back, but they said in the meantime I must drink these ARVs. And then she went to ask a nurse to say, how is it possible for somebody to drink to take ARVs when they're not HIV positive? And the nurse said, no, that's not possible. And then she came back and said it's not possible. And then also it got to a point where she gave him an ultimatum to say, you have to end this relationship with this girl, the lady that you're dating at work. And he said, no, I love her. And there was a point as well in the relationship where the gentleman blatantly said to her, I don't have feelings for you, because she realized that their sex was no longer happening, the affection was no longer there. He doesn't eat at home. And when she tries to touch him, he throws the hand away, push it away. And then he told her, I don't have feelings for you. So that is
where we are right
shebang
now.
In a nutshell. So ask her your question again.
Anonymous, where are we with the problem? What is the main problem? Please keep it very brief. We are fast running out of time, and the gents need to intervene.
Okay.
What's the main problem?
Yes, ngifuna ukubuza ukuthi manje ngoba lo muntu nginabantwana naye ngishadile, nginabantwana abayi4 akusumntwana one. Ngishadile sinabantwana abayi4. So inkinga isiloko iyaqhubeka because of uza late. Nokule nje nakasathengi like njoba kade athenga, even though noma ngimthahla i3 months yonke ingapheli, mina iyaphela singalalanga singayenzanga lutho. So manje ngiyazibuza ngoba even nemali akanginiki imali, akangithengeli lutho, ngiyahamba ngesibhedlela mangifanele ukuthi ngiyothatha ilontuzana i-medication for i-high blood, kufanele ngicele aqale akhulumele ekuqala ukuthi how imali yokwenzani, you understand?
Okay,
so ngicela ukubuza khona la. Yes, ngicela ukubuza khona lapho ukuthi manje ngiyenze kanjani ngoba nemali angiphiwa nokulala mina ngiyaklina ngiyayenza
right there. We got the crux of the problem. South Africa, the main question she is asking is that she does not only have one child with her man, and it is not a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. They are married with 4 children. He no longer contributes to the household provision as he used to, so what must she do now? And even her allowance is no longer flowing like it used to. So this is a married man, a married woman with 4 children, and there's extramarital affairs, a new child in the mix of things, a new kid on the block. What does Anonymous do? Gents, let's advise Anonymous.
Anonymous, you are a married woman, therefore you can speak to the families. When you find yourself, when you've tried everything and nothing seems to work anymore, you call the families and you say what the problem is. That your families should mediate.
Have you tried to speak to the families?
Yes, ngingayizama le nto le ngeke sahlala phansi nesisa kumama nomama wakhe then mamakhe wathi yena mdala ngeke azazi akakhona ukuthi akhulume ngalezo zinto lezo then nosisi wakhe uvele wabona wathi lana yazini kunendaba lo mntana sekhaya akakhuluma iqiniso udlala ngawe and then bayeka kanjalo even ungibizela namaphoyisa izinto ezifana nalezo uyabona so manje ngiyazibuza ukuthi sekufanele ukuthi ngenze kanjani because of even ifamily yakhe abayingeni abanandaba nayo uyabona baloko bathi sizoza ubizo umunye nini
Anonymous, we're going to interrupt you. Anonymous, we're going to interrupt you. I think we get the idea that you have tried to seek family intervention. She has tried to seek family intervention. So what does a married woman then do when the family is not, when trying to seek family intervention is not proving to be a healthy solution or a solution at all, in a nutshell? How do you move forward in this sort of marriage where your husband, and we do know ukuthi there is a need yokubegezela emshadweni, right, from both parties, but now you are begezelaring and there's nothing happening?
Anonymous, why usafuna ukuhlala kule relationship?
Sorry?
Why usafuna ukuhlala kule relationship? Why do you still want to be in this relationship?
To be honest, so easy.
Okay, stand Sam. There's nothing wrong with us. There is nothing wrong with us. You've got 4 kids with this man. Love is no longer there. Uthando alusekho. Ne? And life is no longer there from your side. You still love this man. That is why you are stomaching so much BS from him. Ne? But you need to accept these things happen, and also with you being there, he won't realize he's lost on something very valuable. You need to love him from a distance, at a distance. Phuma kuye unakekela abantwana bakho ayenze. He needs to do what he has to do for the children, to maintain the children. So in terms of the love and the relationship, step away from it. Next, it's not going to bring you any joy. It's not going to bring you any happiness. Step away from it and make sure that the kids are taken care of. He needs to support the kids. He works, right?
Yes, sir.
He's got a job, right? Yes, Tando-san. Step away, because one day, he will realize how important you are or you were in his life. But he won't realize that usasekhona, because you are easily accessible to him. And if that day comes, I'm hoping it will come when you have healed and moved on. Because you didn't come on this earth to be used as a TV. When he wants to pause you, he pauses you. When he wants to fast forward you, he fast forwards you. And when he wants to rewind you, he rewinds you. And when he wants to play you, he plays you. You need to heal. You need to look after yourself and make sure that abantwana and yourself are fine. That is the main important thing right now.
You know, Somizi, I love what you just said now. There was something that I was reading online yesterday and I had to find it. And before we go to your calls and your tweets, it mentioned that women make an average of 7 attempts to finally end an abusive relationship. Abusive being physically, emotionally, and financially. And people get tied up in relationships patterns that can actually be hard to break out of. And many people also feel trapped financially or worry about their children. I think this is what's happening today. Give us a call, 089-110-3377. We also want to hear from you. We're also going to be reading your tweets, hashtag Ask a Man.
Sometimes you are just determined to stay, and like what Lerato shared with us just now, as a woman, sometimes you'll make many attempts to either leave or save your relationship. And this is where Anonymous finds herself very confused. Should she leave? Should she stay? South Africa, what should she do? Give us a call, 089-110-3377. Before we get to your calls, let's take a listen to your headlines with Khopedi Dilogwe. This is Archie Bell and the Drells. Honey, I won't leave you. 10:42, your turn now, Mzansi, Africa. Let's talk about Anonymous's situation on 089-110-3377. You heard the story. This is a married woman with 4 children. She has just found out that her partner has a child outside of the marriage with a woman who happens to be his colleague. She has made many sexual advances on her husband and they have been rejected, which is quite a sad thing and a hurtful thing. And she has tried to lean to family to intervene. Unfortunately, that has not proven to be successful. So what more can a married woman do? We'll take your calls and start in Cape Town with Akiwe. Akiwe, good morning.
Good morning, guys, and I hope you well.
We are great. Thank you so much.
What I actually want to advise Anonymous, remember now, she had already spoken to the family, and they didn't actually help. So I would advise Anonymous to apply for divorce. She comes first. Her kids come first. And in her divorce, then she can actually, there's a provision which is called spousal maintenance, because I also heard that he no longer gives her the money or allowance that he used to give her, which that can actually be found under the Divorce Act 70 of 1979, I think. And she would obviously need then to speak to a legal advisor that would advise her how to go forward. But I mean, she mustn't tolerate this. The guy had already said that he does not want her. He has no feelings for her. What more does she want?
Well, there we go. Thank you very much, Akiwe in Cape Town. Let's go all the way from Cape Town, land on the Johannesburg Strip with Gege. Gege, good morning. Welcome to the bridge. What advice do you have for Anonza?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
We're great, thanks. And yourself, honey?
I'm so touched by her story because I was in a similar situation with, according to her. So what I can tell her is she must love herself enough and take care of the kids, and she must just leave. I know it's not our place to tell everybody to leave their relationship, but in cases like this, if love doesn't exist anymore, there's nothing she can do. She must just leave, and atlhokomele bana ba gae. And there's nothing she can do. Atlhokomele bana ba gae, a inaganele yena first. She must take herself first. She tried, she put her efforts in this relationship. There's nothing she can do, Dineo. Yeah, I'm so touched by her story.
Thank you very much for sharing, Gege in Johannesburg. Gents, family intervention has failed. It's dire. It's sad.
Yeah, but I think the last 2 callers, she should listen to them and take it from there. But I want to talk about, ladies, I want to speak to you.
Yeah.
No? A man is married. He brings his kids to your place. You know the wife doesn't know. You know he's cheating on his wife. Now you get pregnant. Can ladies, some ladies, please, can you stop being the enablers? How do you feel as a woman when another man is bringing his kids to your place? You know he's married. You know he's breaking his marriage. He's breaking his home. You are confusing the kids. And you get pregnant on top of that. Maybe, ladies, you all should discuss this amongst yourselves.
Personally, for me, I feel like it's morally wrong. It's all about the principles also. You are in a relationship with a married man, and that's where it should say you should not be in a relationship with his children. You should not be making any communications with his wife, because it's like an too. So there's no use, or there's actually no reason why you should now be making contact with any of them. Because that's beyond being disrespectful. Too, so have your thing. Don't involve other people in your mess.
You must remember, sadly, as sad as it is, that, and I get your point, Rato, when you say don't be involved with the children and stuff, but you must remember the is it the perpetrator or the culprit?
Penetrator.
What?
The culprit.
Wow.
Naked. They don't care. It's not in their best interest or their interest to worry about how you feel about their aim. For the fact that they started with the head of the family, anything else doesn't mean anything. They want to take everything.
But you see, so easy for
Sorry to
me.
interrupt the both of you, Naked, to come to what you were saying. I'm speaking to women about what is it that goes through their mind. There's a Bible verse, and I had to go and find it also. Isaiah 4, verse 1, right? It says, "And in that day, 7 women will put their hands on one man, saying, there will be no need for you to give us food or clothing. Only let us go under your name, so that our shame may be taken away." Some women are desperate for a man, for a man's name. They need nothing else, but they don't need provision. They don't need this. Give me a child. Take away my shame. Take away. That is the desperation for either marriage, the desperation for either some sort of affirmation that comes from having a man in your life. And unfortunately, there comes that day where many women are desperate and they will not think of the wife, the children, the this, the that. They will only think to cure their desperation. Sorry, Lerato, you may proceed. Yeah.
Now, I was also saying that it also says a lot about the gentleman himself. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For him to go and take his children to a woman that he's not married to. Now, as a guy, I'd be a bit bothered that Lerato is going to receive my children, my wife's children, and somehow make those children hers, even though what we are doing is wrong. I mean, if you're having a completely different conversation, yeah, polygamy, if you guys are married, that's a completely different conversation. But now as a guy, I would question you. First of all, why are you having a relationship with me as a married man? Number 2, I'm bringing my children, my wife's children, without her knowledge, to you.
And you're comfortable with
What does that say about you, your principles, and your values? But this is what I think. Now, if I was a guy, but I would have those questions at the back of my mind. But that allows this to happen, even though it takes 2 to tango. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Lerato, you've used the 2 important words, principle and values. In the beginning of that outside relationship, those 2 words were out of the window.
Exactly.
They did not exist. So
the relationship was not found.
it's downhill from there.
principles and values.
It's down. Whatever happens after that, it's downhill. And you must remember that you have no idea what goes on between 2 people that are caught in an illegal transaction. They are So the level of kohtlisani, I find the other one can tell the other one, or the other one can pretend to be the best woman and the mother for those children, and give him the warmth that he's believing that he doesn't get at home. And this man would also make her feel, the side one, that she's better than the wife, and they were meant to be together.
It's so sad that desperation will make you believe that you can build with a married man. There is no building on. If the SABC building has been built on top of this land, you cannot build on top of this building. The building is already erect. You cannot build on top of a building that's already been built.
A quick one before we go.
Go
Let's go to Anonymous straight and Simchele first. Like we said, Anonymous, there is nothing wrong about you trying or wanting to stay in that relationship. Just do the right thing for yourself, for your children. Forget about anything else. And we wish you nothing but the best and healing.
Side chicks, here's a word of advice. If there is no divorce, there is no building. You need to demolish one building in order to build another. So if he is married, there is no building, none whatsoever.